Hello again, 7th graders. I hope you had a great weekend. It is Monday, May 4th. Happy Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you. We are going to start off today by taking our final measurement of our marigold plant that we've been working on growing. As you can see, I've got a bunch of them in the background in this photo. This is Jaden's marigold again. And so looking at this measurement, it seems like his marigold is about 6.2 centimeters tall. So we'll jump over to Notability here and record that on our data table. So I've already got the date written in for today. And it appears as though his marigold has shrunk. I did put them outside on Saturday for a little while. I thought they might enjoy some full sunshine, and the wind blew them around a little bit. I wouldn't have thought that that would cause the plants to shrink, but that may have played a role, and maybe I just measured them differently. So we've got the data written in for today's plant measurement. Also, please, we could write in an observation. So as I was just saying, I noticed that the plant got shorter. So you could write in that observation on your chart. Now, as I mentioned earlier, this is going to be the last measurement we're going to make. You can come and pick up your marigold on Thursday afternoon from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. If you would like someone else to pick it up for you, you can do that also. But I will have them at school out on tables at the main front door in alphabetical order, so that hopefully you'll be able to stop by and pick this plant up. And if you'd like to give it to your mother for Mother's Day, that would be fantastic. Now that we've got all our data collected, we are going to do a little bit of analysis. And one way we're going to analyze that is by filling out this line graph. And so I have plotted a couple of the data points on the chart here, but it looks like I still have 3 more that I need to fill in. I would like you to use your data from the measurements we did at school, and I've got listed all of the dates that we could have measured them if you were in school. Those can also be found on the data table. I've written those in there also. So we need to plot these data points though. So today we are going to fill in April 20th, 27th, and May 5th. So on the 20th we had 4.9 centimeters, then we had 6.3 and 6.2. So looking across here, we've got just over 4 on May 14th or April 14th. So we had 4.9, so I'm going to be filling in a dot right here for that date. Then on the 27th, it jumped up to 6.3, and so I'm going to use this mouse. This line right here is 5, so this would be 5.5, this would be 6, so 6.3 would be approximately right there. And then today's measurement was 6.2, so that's going to be slightly lower. So we'll fill in that one right here. Now, what I would like us to do next is we need to connect the dots. So I'm going to change colors of my Notability pencil here. And remember, with Notability, if you draw the line and hold it, it will make it a straight line for you. You should have some data points, hopefully in between the ones that I have here. So there we have our graph made. It also asks us to make a best fit line. You may or may not remember making the best fit line, but we made one of these when we did the bounce experiment. So to make this best fit line, I'm going to choose another color. We'll go with blue here. And the best fit line will always start at our 0 point. And we're going to draw that out. And you want this line to go in between all of your data points. So I've got 6 data points on my graph, so I should have 3 on each side of the line. So if I look at this right now, I've got 1, 2 points above the line. So if I move it about right there, that would be considered my best fit line, because I've got the same number of dots on each side of the line that I have just drawn. And to label that, I'm going to put a blue dot next to it here. I also had an orange dot line that I made over here when I connected the dots. So I've got that color coded to help me identify which line is which. You may have noticed that I've got the height labeled over here on my y-axis in centimeters, and I've got the dates of the measurements down here at the bottom. I spaced it out a little bit just so my graph looked a little bit nicer, so I put my dates at every other line on the graph, and I did the same thing with my measurements. So each 2 lines represents 1 centimeter on my graph. Now once you're done with your graph, I would like you to take a look at your data and fill out these conclusion questions. Was hypothesis number 1 correct? Hypothesis number 1 was made on the first page. Was how many days until germination? Remember that germination is the point at which the plant comes up out of the ground from being buried as a seed. So you'll be able to look at your data, and the first time that your data is not 0 centimeters, that would be a good estimate of the number of days for germination. So you need to count how many days it was from February 18th, right here, and then count the number of days until you had a height that was better than 0 on your chart. And for some of you, if your seed did not grow, it might be down here on April 14th. You also made a hypothesis for number 2. I believe that one was the overall height of your plant. So see how your estimate was there on hypothesis number 2. And then the third one was the number of flowers. If you'd like to wait until you see your plant to answer that question, you definitely can. The next question asks you, what did your plant need to grow? Hopefully you can come up with some answers for that. I was watering your plants frequently. I put them into larger containers with some potting soil to help them grow. And hopefully you noticed in the photographs that I sent you that I had them in front of some windows, because there's something they need from the windows to help them grow. And hopefully you can answer that question. The last question is, what will you do with your plant when you take it home? I'm going to let you answer that just on the best that you can. On the final page of this handout, you should have put photos on the days that you made measurements. I've got 4 photos in here from the days that I made measurements at my house for you. So please make sure you've got those put in there also if you've got those photos. Okay, the photos from my videos, you can pause the video and take a screenshot to get those photos. Once you've got the full lab report filled out, please make sure that you get that submitted. I believe it is just called Marigold Lab Report, and turn that in to get credit. Thank you.